Hey guys, I'm Joe. Welcome to my channel. Today is the 20th of May, and in China, that makes a very special day. You may not see anything unusual about the date May 20th or 520, but in Chinese, these three numbers carry a secret romantic meaning. So why is that? Let me show you. In Chinese Mandarin, I love you is pronounced 我爱你. Now if I say 520 in Chinese, that's 520. It doesn't look like much, but when you say it quickly and casually, it kind of sounds like 520, 我爱你. It's a homophone, a kind of sound alike. And in Chinese internet culture, it's a big thing. Over time, the numbers 520 became a cute, creative way to say I love you, especially for people who are a little too shy to say the actual words. It's subtle, sweet, and just a bit playful. That's why people now call May 20th the Modern Chinese Valentine's Day. I remember when I was younger, I actually heard people use 521 to mean I love you too, because it sounds sort of similar, but most people these days prefer 520 because it sounds smoother, especially in the dialects like Cantonese or Hokkien, where the pronunciation is even closer. Now, here's something fun. There are two little internet legends or conspiracies about these numbers. First, some people say never confess your love on the 21st of May, because if you add 365 days to it, that's 1 year later. 521 plus 365, that is 886. You know 886 in Chinese chat language sounds like 886, bye bye lo. That means bye bye. So it's like saying I love you today and goodbye a year from now. It's not the message you want. Second, there is a famous number sequence 5201314. If you use 521 in this sequence, the double one in the middle will make people confused. So, what does the sequence mean? Let me break it down. 520 520 means 我爱你, I love you. 1314 in Chinese is 1314, sounds like 一生一世, which means for a whole life and forever. So put them together. 520 1314 says, I love you for the rest of my life. Or in a poetic English, I love you forever and ever. 520 1314. It became super popular online, especially in the late 1990s and early 2000s, when texting and internet chat started booming in China. Instead of typing out 我爱你, I love you, people would send numbers like 520 1314 as a sweet, playful, and sometimes low-key way to express their feelings. Now, here's the interesting thing. China already had its own romantic festivals long before the internet. Let me introduce two of the most famous ones. First, we have Qixi Festival, often called the Chinese Valentine's Day. It happens on the 7th day of the 7th month in the lunar calendar. The story goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a humble cowherd and a fairy weaver girl from heaven. They fell in love, but the heavens didn't approve. They were separated by a river of stars, the Milky Way. Only once a year, on the Qixi night, a bridge of magpies appeared on the sky, allowing them to reunite. It's one of the most beautiful and tragic love stories in the Chinese folklore, full of longings and cosmic romance. The second one is Lantern Festival, celebrated on the 15th days of the first lunar month. That is the first full moon night of the new year. In ancient times, unmarried men and women did not have many chances to meet or socialize, but on this night, everyone would go out to admire the lanterns. So the Lantern Festival became one of the rare opportunities for young people to encounter each other. It's a sort of ancient Chinese date night under the moonlight. Now let's talk about how the Western world celebrates love. The Western Valentine's Day is on the 14th of February. It has its roots in ancient Rome, where a priest named Valentine, he defined the emperor's orders by secretly performing marriages for young lovers. He was caught and eventually executed, but it became a symbol of love and courage. People later began to honor him, and his name became associated with the romance and devotion. So, where Western Valentine's Day is tied to a saint and sacrifice, the Chinese festivals are more about reunions, poetic timing, and symbolic meanings, often connected to the moon, stars, and numbers. Speaking of numbers, if you have been wondering what to call this kind of sound-based play in English, the term is homophone. That means two words sound the same or very similar but have different meaning or forms. Chinese culture loves homophones. They are used in humor, greetings, superstitions, and of course, love. Now back to my channel. I make videos about the beauty of Chinese characters, the culture behind the words. If you find this video interesting, feel free to follow because there's a lot more to come. And finally, happy Modern Chinese Valentine's Day. Whether you're in love, looking for love, or just love languages, Chinese characters, I hope this day brings you joy and connection. Let's say it together. Lovers, stay lovers. Alright, see you in the next video.